Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. We're going to take a look at the newest DOKKANFEST exclusive. This is Tournament of Power Androids 17 and 18. Now, this is my type of unit, you know, a character that can drench the rotation and support. Just, they're doing a lot on the team, I think, which is just very, very good characters to have. We've seen the impact that units like Bulma and Path to Power Kid Goku have, and it's really, really good. Now, keep in mind, this is going to be a 55% showcase here. Damn it, I pressed the wrong button. This is going to be a 55% showcase. You guys know the way I like to do this. No equips, no link levels. This is literally going to be my first time using the character. So let's go ahead and Dokkan Awaken them. Now, remember, it is comedy. No, we're missing the Dokkan Awakening thing. No. But this is high comedy, right? Okay, so this is Android 17 and 18, but we got base Goku right there. Unit Super Attack base Goku. Now, the problem is that for this character to be truly, like, you know, at their max, Goku is really quite important. Keep in mind that they did introduce a new category into the game, tournament participants as well. Okay, so let's just go ahead and quickly level them up. And then we'll give them a sticker, and then we'll hop in. I do think that this character is going to be very good, but we're not going to be able to see their full potential at the moment, right? This character is going to need stronger, basically reps of Universe 7 Gokus to be better. I think that the UI Gokus are kind of on par to potentially Easy A sometime soon. Like the AGL LRUI Goku, the STR LRUI Goku. These characters are going to be easying. Even Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta is a character that could be easying soon. By the way, look at their stats. That's exactly what we want. The attack and defense are irrelevant and worthless. Literally does not matter whatsoever because they'll completely build these stats just via passive, super attacks, links, and stuff like that. HP is what really matters, and they're looking really good in terms of HP. So that's really good for us. All right, so let's go ahead and give them a sticker-rooski right here. See how this looks. Okay, not really super crazy, but whatever. All right, let's just go ahead and jump into an event, and let's see how good the DOKKANFEST Tournament of Power androids are here. Again, we're going to want to run, you know, some probably UI Gokus. I mean, AJL or UI Goku is going to probably end up being like a must-run. STR Blue Kaioken is going to be very important as well. He can still be impactful, and I think he's going to be a lot better with this character. Remember, they're going to be drenching the team in support. Alright, so we are hopping into an event. We have our 55% androids. There is the unit super attack, and then there is the scouter. This is definitely my type of character right there. I think, again, we're bringing a lot to the table besides just damage, and even than just defense. They're doing a lot more. They're bringing everything, right? Which I really, really like. Okay, so this is a friend. They're 55% as well. No equips, but they are, oh my god, they are link leveled quite a bit, huh? Jesus, okay. So, alright, keep in mind that these androids, okay, this is a character where link leveling is going to have a huge effect on them. This is also a character, this is the thing with Tournament of Power MVP 17 that people realized, is that these android links, such as Android Assault, this is 10% defense. At link level 10, it's 2 key and 20% defense. So, like, this is a link you'd want to prioritize. You know, then they have stuff like, you know, Twin Terrors. This is 2 key. At level 10, this gets 5% attack, 5% defense, and 5% chance to dodge, right? Infinite Energy right here. This is 2 key. At link level 10, it gets 5% attack, 5% defense, 5% chance to crit. So, it's like if you have them next to another android... Oh, even, what about Tournament of Power right here? 3 key, and then it becomes 3 key, 7% attack and defense at link level 10. There's a huge amount of extra stats that this character is going to be getting from link leveling. So, you know, and that's the other thing, too, about, again, as I mentioned, this character right here, MVP 17, you know, a lot of people, you know, it's like they'd see him in a showcase next to, like, an Android character where he'd have all these Android links up, and then you see what he looks like when he doesn't have all these links up, and it's quite a bit different. Now, there's another character that's designed in this fashion, by the way, and that's this one. The Team Universe 7 LR is one of these characters that's got a lot of these Android links. Now, I'm not going to say that this character is going to be runnable on this team, probably not, but, I mean, keep in mind that 6th anniversary characters are kind of up for easy A's at this point. So, I mean, we really could get a Tournament of Power at least semi-themed for 9th anniversary, and a bunch of these characters could easy A. I'm going to make a call right now. I think that they should end up somewhere in my top 5 DOKKANFEST TRs. We'll see. Like, we'll go through all the fights. We'll see. But this is a character that is just going to become, like, better and better and better and essential as time is going to go on a little bit, right? Because they have some similarities to Path to Power Kid Goku, whereas Path to Power Kid Goku is built on Dragon Ball Saga, which is, you know, a shitty team. The androids have their new tournament participants category, which is just something that's always going to be getting buffed. This category is always going to be getting buffed, right? Pikkon, Bojack, Gohan, Cell, like, I think of, you know, Universe 6 Blue Kaioken Goku right here. I mean, he's going to be getting a major character. We're just going to continually see this category buffed at virtually all times. Alright, so remember that this is just a redonkulous turn right here for the androids. You know, next to MVP 17, we have everything activated except for Innocence. So their link set here is Android Assault, Twin Terrors, Infinite Energy, Shocking Speed, Tournament of Power, Innocence, and Fierce Battle. What does 17 have? He has Solid Support rather than Innocence. Okay. Solid Support and Innocence, they're both just attack links. Now, one thing I will point out, 23rd World Tournament Goku, I'm bringing him here. 23rd World Tournament Goku is a fraud if you can't revive. We could, I guess, try for the revive with LR Roshi, but LR Roshi is not really going to be suited for very tough fights. So 23rd World Tournament Goku is a very risky run on this team. You guys need to understand that, right? Like, you're not just running that guy and thinking that everything is going to be all good, because it's not. The fraud alarms are going to be ringing for him big time. All right, so we get the super attack right here, right? Now, that gives us 100% attack and defense for one turn. And then it also does immense damage to the enemy, and then raises all allies' attack and defense by 35% for 2 turns. So we get that support effect for this turn and for next turn. That's really good. And then, of course, if we have a Goku around... oh, my 17, 18, they were in slot 7. I didn't even realize. Okay, they were in slot 7. That support, it's going to be for 2 turns, right? We're also going to be having... we'll float him off, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't really matter too much. We have the Scouter effect. There's just a lot. Now, the unit super attack, that's where they get 100% attack and defense and then the buff for 2 turns. That's based off of the unit super attack, which you need Goku in the same turn. It can't be Kid Goku, Goku Jr., or, you know, Goku Ginyu. Those are the ones that cannot be. The fact that it can't be Kid Goku actually does hurt a little bit, just because tournament participants Kid Goku is, like, a real thing, right? Like, we will be getting tournament participants Kid Goku. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to rock that. And then in their passive as well, keep in mind that they do get an extra 59% attack on Super, and they get the Scouter if there is a Goku in the same turn. So it is going to be essential. It is going to be crucial that we have Gokus floating around. So, like, right here, perfect. On this turn right here, we do not have a Goku floating around. So we're not going to have the extra Scouter effect. We're not going to have that little bit of extra attack buff, and we're also not going to be able to get the unit super attack, which is going to give the 2 turns of support. We're not going to have those. Their normal super attack effect gives them 50% attack and defense for 1 turn. They do immense damage, which is fine. In terms of their passive here, we're doing an awful lot here. So they have their intro, where they'll turn Int Key Spheres, Rainbow Key Spheres for 4 turns if there's Rep Universe 7 category ally in the team. They get 170% attack, 180% defense, 50% attack and defense, and then 35% damage reduction on super. That is, I think, the fatal flaw for this character. Right now, the two hardest fights in the game are based around AoE attacks, and getting damage reduction on super, I mean, it's fine. But, you know, against the AoE bosses, it's not going to be very fine. Then they get 50% attack and a high chance to crit with 7 key spheres. They give tournament participant category allies 2 key, 35% attack and defense, and then another 1 key, 17% attack, 18% defense with 7 key spheres obtained. And then finally, they have the unit super stuff with Goku. So let's hit that, and then we could see the little bit of extra support. What does like 17 look like right here? Yeah, wow. MVP 17 is going to be really nasty. MVP 17 is going to be really nasty on this team. All right, 3 million. Now, keep in mind, the android's damage is just, it's like god-awful, right? All they have is a 50% chance to crit with 7 key spheres. That doesn't amount to very much whatsoever, right? In terms of, like damage. Real damage characters have got 50% chance to crit, and then they're doing, like, 4 supers, and then they could, you know, hit, like, 15 million plus. That's what, like, real damage characters look like, right? The 17 and 18 just doing, like, 1 super attack, no built-in additionals, and only having a 50% chance to crit with orbs, again, is not going to be some ridiculous damage character. But I don't think that that's, like, a bad thing. Like, I don't care. Damage is very heavily overrated by the community in terms of how effective it is against a lot of these bosses and stuff like that. You know, typically you're not winning these fights by damage. That's not how it works. We're going to be winning these fights when we have a character like these androids who are dramatically buffing the rest of the team. Now, keep in mind right here, we do not have the 2-turn support buff because we didn't have a Goku on the last rotation, right? And, I mean, all of our Gokus are right here. The way our, the opening rotations ended up, we're kind of, like, missing out on a lot of Gokus, but we're going to get back to it. All right, so Blue Kaioken. Blue Kaioken should be a lot better with the amount of support. Remember that Blue Kaioken previous to the Worldwide? It's like the thing with him is that he was able to kind of eat these hits from these bosses, and then he would be fine. Now, the bosses hit so hard, they could kill him straight through his guard, Blue Kaioken. So that's something that you really have to understand with him, is that he's not, you know, again, just guard, just little levels of damage reduction, moderate levels of damage reduction, which is what the androids have. 35% damage reduction is not that much. It's really not. I mean, I guess with the level of defense they're going to have, I mean, if they're, you know, Rainbow Link level 10, stuff like that, level of defense they'll have after they super with the damage reduction, they'll be good. But it's, you know, you need a lot again. Okay. So, wow, we can actually pop their active right here. Now, their active is a joke. It's ridiculous. I think that this is like clown show shit right here. So we could do their active. They changed tech orbs to int orbs. I mean, that'll be good, I guess, in that we could heal, I suppose. We could do this when HP is 78% or less, starting from the 5th turn. And we can do this 8 times. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, people are going to look at this and be like, oh, damn, so we must have long content coming up. No, they're just trolling us. I think, like, bro, you guys understand. Do you know how many turns long the fight would have to be to use this 8 times, starting from turn 5? Maybe if it was, you could use it 8 times, but there is no HP restriction on it, sure. Again, look at all the tech orbs right here. This is going to allow us to regen a lot of HP, right? Like, if we are running this tournament participants team, and we have, like, 17, 18 on each rotation, this support is up and stuff like that, I mean, we would get, I think, a fair amount of HP regen from this active skill.
俺たち永久エネルギー式人造人間の利点を生かすんだ。絶対疲れない。これってかなり有利だよな。
そうだったね。ガンガン飛ばしていくよ。
Alright, so we get our int orbs right here. Now, how do I want to play this? Should we just toss them in slot 1 and see how they do? This is probably not a good idea. But, I mean, look at all these int orbs. Let's just do it. So if Cell supers us before they attack, they're going to take a lot of damage. It might actually just be death. Remember, we don't have the Scouter up right here since we have, you know, basically full Android 17s. He does super attack right away. All right, how much is this going to do? I guess I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, that's a lot. And then we do die. Okay. I mean, that is what happens when we get our damage reduction after super attacking. Wanted to take advantage of those in orbs, but okay, okay. I mean, sure. All right, we got a nice opening rotation right here. We'll be able to, you know, get a lot of our support, get a lot of our abilities and stuff like that. So we hit this. Remember, this gives us the extra support. We do have the Scouter with the Goku around. Having a healthy amount of Gokus kind of like floating around here is going to be pretty important. Again, I'm not really too sure how much I'm going to be dying to run 23rd World Tournament Goku, but we will see. Okay, so yeah, let's just do this. Damn, 17. Remember, 17 needs to build up. Like, this is just with the support, with all of his links up, but then when they super attack, they're going to give the unit super buff as well. So, MVP 17, it's going to be, he's going to be completely different. Like, he's going to be way better. Like, I'll be moving him way up my EZA TUR tier list, for sure. I also look at our HP. Our HP is very high, considering we have two 55% Android 17 and 18s on here. Yeah, I do think that they are very good. When we consider the 2-turn support, the Rainbow Orb changing, the Scouter, I mean, I'm not going super crazy over their active, but again, if you're talking about like a Link level 10 androids and stuff like that, you know, their defense is going to be very, very high, and you're going to be able to regen a lot of HP. I do think that this is a very good character. Believe it or not, I feel like we've kind of like seen what they do. Like we kind of have seen what they do. Again, they are a support. I think one thing, I could see a lot of people not being too crazy about this character or thinking lightly of them, stuff like that, because of the fact that so much of what they do is just like their support, like Rainbow Orb changing and support and stuff like that. So it's like, you have to keep in mind that the big extra stats by other characters is going to be a big factor. This unit EZing soon will be really interesting, by the way, because again, they have like this full set of Android links. You know, that Team Universe 7 character, they could be very interesting if they EZA'd. But yeah, at 55%, we're seeing these like 4 million attack stats. If we have the steady supply of Gokus floating around, you know, we will be able to kind of get like, you know, the Scouter, you know, the 2-turn support. We'll just keep the support flowing, and the whole team can work effectively. Again, I think that this is going to be a very strong character. They're going to get better, though, as reps of Universe 7 Gokus get better. Now, one other problem with this character we definitely have to talk about is, I mean, we can see how impressive they look, you know, when we've got, like, a lot of their Android links and stuff like that up. But, I mean, keep in mind, okay, so, like, right here. What are we looking at? They're at 212. We could do this. I dropped to 1. It's okay. It's going to be a much more significant difference once they're actually link leveled. I guess at link level 1s, we can't really see the effect so much. But the main issue with this character is for them to be truly exceptional, we need their Scouter up, which we get from Goku in the turn, and we need their unit super attack up, which comes from Goku in the turn. But, I mean, they don't link that well. I guess with UI, we do have Shocking Speed. So we have Shocking Speed, Turn Up Power, and Fierce Battle up with UI Goku. Right, Turn Up Power and Shocking Speed are both going to be giving links that are defense. But Android Assault, Twin Terrors, and Infinite Energy, that's a lot of stats. So this character is going to look significantly better when we have them paired up with a character like MVP 17. Maybe the free-to-play Android 18 seems to be like a decent character. Like, that's where stats, I think, are going to be quite a bit different for this character. Alright, so we can just put them in slot 1. Again, we see where the super attack is. Well, nope, psych. Actually, I'm going to do this, because we want... Remember, we want the 7 orbs. This is actually a situation, the rare situation, where there's too many rainbow orbs on the field. Can we get 7 now? No. We were not able to get 7 orbs right there, unfortunately. We will still get the 2-turn support. So yeah, once we start, like, sort of flowing around, like, UI Goku at the end right here is going to have the 2-turn support from last turn androids and this turn's androids. So, like, AGL UI, STR UI, these characters are going to be... They're still, for the most part, going to be dodge or die characters, but I think that they're going to be significantly more effective than they previously were. That's what the effect that these androids are going to have, right? Is they're going to make a lot of characters just look a lot better than we've previously seen from them. Okay, maybe we'll get, like, one more rotation, but yeah, it's insane, but I feel like we've kind of covered, like, everything that this character does. We've seen everything the character does. Yeah, like, I don't know that I want to call them basic. I mean, they have kind of, like, special abilities, but there's not, like... One thing I guess I could say I like about this character is, besides just having a Goku on rotation, they don't have, like, 50 million build-up things, right? Like, there's so many characters nowadays who come out and they build up in, again, like, 50 different ways, right? Like, oh, we gotta get hit, and then we gotta stack with super attacks, and we gotta do this, we gotta do that, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. This character's not like that, right? Like, we're kind of just getting their power. Like, it kind of just is what it is, right? And I really do appreciate that. That's helpful. Because, you know, why do so many characters struggle against Red Zone Fusion Zamasu? It's because his pressure is instantaneous with how much, like, damage and all the nonsense he's doing. It's just right away. So we don't have time to, you know, build a lot of these characters up. So a character like this would potentially be great for that, because they don't have to build up, except for the fact that their damage reduction, of course, comes when they super attack. So that means that Zamasu is going to be hitting them before they have their damage reduction up. But a full dodge build can cover that. You know, I will try and get them as much dodge as I possibly can. 32 is kind of like the soft cap. So I'll try and get as close to 32 as I potentially can. All right, well, let's see what the damage is right here, and then again, I feel like we'll end it. Again, we've seen what they could do. So this will get us the extra support. They're at 222. It looks low, but, I mean, this is a character that we got a link level, right? Dude, look at MVP. Oh my god, MVP 17. He's actually going to be so strong, MVP 17. That's, yeah. He is a lot, dude. He's like... up there with, like, future Gohan level next to 17 and 18. That's actually so crazy. This is an example. MVP 17 right here is an example of a character really, really getting buffed by a new release. It's not often, I would argue, where that's actually going to happen, where a character can have a significant jump. Like, people would say, oh, he needs help. Like, yeah, help can help a character, but not to this extent. MVP 17, he, I think, now is looking really, really strong, so... Awesome, yeah. Let me know what you guys think of the Tournament of Power 17 and 18 right here. But I think with all their Rainbow Orb changing and their support abilities and their Scouters and stuff like that, I think that they're really going to be a very effective character. I like them a lot. But this is a character, you know, the way I do these 55% videos, they will be a lot better and look a lot better once they're Link level 10, right? Links are going to be huge for these androids. Alright, this is Sparkborn Struggle for Survival, androids 17 and 18. This is the second character, major character to have android 17 and 18 as their name. The other one is the, they were the second LR in the game, I think, android 17 and 18. The LR from, damn, 2016. The android's leader skill here is Tournament Participants or Sibling Bond. Category key 3 and 170% to stats. Then they give an additional 30% to stats for characters in Reps of Universe 7 or Joined Forces. So, I mean, Tournament Participants is a rather strong category, especially because we have, like, STR Krillin, Piccolo Jr., and stuff like that to work from. But again, remember, the way this character is set up, it is dreadfully important that we have Gokus filled on the team. Like, you're going to want several Gokus for sure. Their normal super attack is the Excel Dance, which greatly raises attack and evens for 1 turn, does immense damage to the enemy. That's 50% attack buff. And defensive buff, of course. Their unit super attack, Overdrive Power, they get massively raised attack and defense for 1 turn. That's a 100% buff. They do immense damage to the enemy, and then they raise all allies' attack and defense by 35% for 2 turns. That is strong. 2 turns, that's big. Big. But again, in order to do that, we need a Goku in the same turn. So that is a little bit of an iffy thing, because Goku doesn't really work the greatest with the androids in terms of their links. I mean, if we're bringing a Tournament of Power, Rep Universe 7 Goku, for sure we could have, you know, Tournament of Power and Fierce Battle up, but the androids, remember, are getting huge stats. You know, a lot. They get dodge chance, crit chance, attack, defense from their links. They're getting a lot from their links. Their passive skill, 17 and 18's Conviction. They activate their intro and change key spheres of a certain type to rainbow for 4 turns if there's another rep of Universe 7 category ally at the start of character turn. The fact that the rainbow orb changing is only for the first 4 turns, that is an issue that will crop up. That would be a problem against Omega for starters, yeah, for sure. I don't like that. Why don't they just rainbow orb change permanently? That's not something I didn't really consider that until right now. Huge issue with LR Omega Shenron that I've found when using him is his rainbow orb changing can run out, and then he becomes a loser. And it's like he's on a team that does no damage, has no defense, does nothing, right? I mean, to be fair, right now, the first 4 turns is where most of the difficulty is in all the fights except for Omega. But orbs are pretty important for this character. Alright, so they do that. They get 170% attack, 180% defense at the start of turn. Then they get 50% attack and defense and 35% damage reduction on super attack. Kind of an issue because we would want the damage reduction just at the start of turn. I don't see why they didn't do that. It means that like these boss AoEs are going to tear through them. And again, it's not just the Fusion Zamasu fight, which everyone doesn't want to count, but there's also the Omega Shenron fight, which is the second hardest fight. So regardless, you're going to be going up against AoE bosses. Tough. It is what it is. Then they get 50% attack and a high chance to crit with 7 key spheres. Personally, I don't really care about that, but there's another effect they get with 7 key spheres that's important. Then they give tournament participant category allies 2 key 35% attack and defense, and then an additional 1 key 17% attack and 18% defense with 7 key spheres obtained. That is big. The extra support. I mean, those are nice extra stats. And again, they run out of that rainbow orb changing after their first 2 rotations, something to keep in mind. Then they get an additional 59% attack when performing a super attack, and they get a Scouter if there's a Goku in the same turn. Scouter, of course, very, very powerful. Their active skill, the Merits of Unlimited Energy, they change Tech Key Spheres to Int Key Spheres, and you could do this when HP 78% or less starting from the 5th turn, from the start of battle, and you could do it 8 times. I don't understand why it's from 5th turn. Like, I get it, you know, so that'll kick up after their intro is off, but why not just let them do it whenever? The good news is that potentially could give you a lot of HP regen, but their links are Android Assault, Twin Terrors, Infinite Energy, Shocking Speed, Tournament of Power, the Innocence, and Fierce Battle, so you really would like to run them with another 17 and 18 character. The character that could be very intriguing, that potentially could get an easy 8 and maybe help them out a lot, is actually the LR Android 17, 18, and 16. That character is certainly up for an easy 8 at any point, and they are on Sibling Bond. They're on the leader skill. They would be on the 200% leader skill. So 16, 17, and 18 could be a nice little addition to this character when they easy 8, right? They'll have a lot of links active. They're an Android support. Could be very interesting to see. So there's that. 12 key multiplier, 150%, typical number we expect to see. And then they have not a ton of categories, but they do have a few here, right? So we, of course, are introducing the new tournament participants category into the game. I think this is a great category. I like this. Dokkan is on quite a long run now of really only releasing categories that make sense or are good or whatever, right? Gone are the days of bullshit like all-out struggle and stuff like that, right? You know, the revenge category, which feels like it doesn't make a ton of sense. Now they're only, you know, putting out good categories like Fuse Fighter, Saiyan Saga, Superheroes, right? Like, these are, like, good ideas for categories. Then they're also, of course, on Sibling Bond. So there are some strong characters we get. You know, we get, like, Beast on here and stuff like that. Battle of Gods Vegeta. Like, they've got some options on their leader skills. That's good. They're also, of course, on Representatives of Universe 7. Wow. 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 The first character here since the 6th anniversary. Is that not insane? Yeah, this is the first character added to the category since the 6th anniversary. That's nuts. Nuts. Then, of course, they're also here on Join Forces, too. They're also here on the Universal Survival Saga category team. We're probably going to move into a period of getting a lot of these characters, I'd expect. They're also over here on the Android category team as well, which is fine. Sure. Then here they're on Worthy Rivals. Several of these teams we could pair a lot of other 17 and 18s, which could give them their links, but not really necessarily the Gokus, right? So yeah, Worthy Rival. And then finally they're on Superhero. This will be a nice... They should work well on Superhero. A lot of good Gokus. Now, here's something I noticed. They don't have Battle of Wits. That just seems wrong. And before you say, oh, it's because of Goku, no. That actually just... It seems like they forgot Battle of Wits. Actually, they actually forgot Battle of Wits for this character, because don't all 17 and 18s, they're all on Battle of Wits, right? I believe they are. I think, like, pretty much all of the Android 17s and 18s are on Battle of Wits. It is not because of Goku and the unit super attack. I think it's actually just kind of like an error right here, for real. So we just, like, LR Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku was just added to Connected Hope. We will see this character get added to Battle of Wits. I'm gonna make that call right now. That's going to happen. It doesn't really make a ton of sense. Like, they should be on Battle of Wits, right? Like, Tournament of Power Android 17s are on Battle of Wits, and Tournament of Power Android 18s are on Battle of Wits. And again, it's not because of Goku in the unit super attack, because otherwise, like, why? They're on androids, right? Like, they're on Sibling Bond, so that's not the thing. It seems like they actually just forgot, like, they messed up. But I am very confident they'll be added, because that's like the most obvious, like, yeah, they should be on Battle of Wits ever. So there we go. There is the Dokkan Fest Tournament of Power Android 17 and 18. Let me know what you guys think about them. I think that they're pretty good. They're at 55%. They don't really seem that crazy. I mean, they could still have a nice impact with, like, the orb changing. They're giving a ton of support, and then they're also creating the Scouter effect. But they themselves are going to look significantly better once they actually, are rainbowed, link level 10, all these good things, right? So let me know what you guys think of them. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.